a ban on foreigners owning homes in Canada went into effect on Sunday, day before yesterday. And the reason for this is something Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister, campaigned on when he ran for re-election in 2021. And the reason why was because the cost of Canadian homes had just gone through the roof. It had gone from 630. The average home in Canada had gone from 630 Canadian. Well, actually, instead of Canadian dollars, I'll do this in U.S. dollars. It had gone from 485,000 U.S. dollars, which is a lot. I mean, that's the neighborhood of where it's actually a little above, I think, what the median house price is here in Portland, or maybe it's a little lower. Portland, I think, is around $500,000, but anyway, whatever, to over 590,000 U.S. dollars. And one of the reasons why, apparently, was that a lot of foreigners were buying homes in Canada as their investment homes or as their second homes or whatever. And so Trudeau put an end to that. And I know, Norma down in Alabama, and I have talked about this on a number of occasions. She's, several of the houses on her street are owned by, I believe, mostly Chinese investors. But I don't think that housing should be a commodity. We are seeing housing prices in the United States explode, and we've been watching this now for a decade or two. And particularly, this really started in 2008. In 2008, George W. Bush had this housing crash because he had deregulated the banks back in 1999, but Congress deregulated the banks with the end of Glass-Steagall. And so the banksters started writing these, they called them liar loans, where you don't have to prove that you actually can pay the mortgage, that you actually have a job even. And what people were doing was they were buying homes on the theory that they could just flip it because prices of homes were going up so fast. And part of the demand that was being created was people flipping homes. At that point in time, there wasn't a large, hedge funds weren't in the business. But when the housing market crashed, and you could pick up homes for, 60% of their price, the hedge funds jumped into this with both feet in 2009, 2010, 2011. And now you've got hedge funds and investment groups that own millions of American homes and apartment buildings. In fact, the major purchaser of apartment buildings last year was hedge funds and investment groups. And in fact, there's just one that owns over 140,000 apartment buildings in the United States. One company. So is it time to say housing is not an investment unless you're an individual? And, as an individual family, you can maybe have one or two additional houses that you could turn into Airbnbs or, have as for investment purposes. But I think Canada's onto something here. What say you?